Hello, everybody, and welcome to Eden Fractal. I'm here with Tadas and Zaal, and we're embarking on Eden Fractal's 129th episode in our second epoch. Thanks all for watching. Thanks for being here. And I'm going to share a little introduction to Eden Fractal for anyone who's not familiar, and then we can kick off with the respect game. I'm also sharing a bit of community news as well. So hope that you all enjoy the event. Of course, either guys feel free to say hello if you'd like to along the way. All right, so we're very excited for today's Respect game. It's always inspiring to come together, share what we've been creating, and celebrate with amazing work happening across the Fractal ecosystem in our governance garden, carrying on the torch of mortal animals and much more that we've been doing over the years. If you're not familiar with Eden Fractal, check out edenfractal.com. It's a community dedicated to optimizing collective decision making through collaborative research, development, education, gamification, and community engagement. Since 2021, the Eden community has been pioneering ways for communities to coordinate that are fair, fast, and fun. And we host bi-weekly events that bring together governance leaders, builders, creators to explore better coordination systems from theory to practical implementation. You're welcome to join our events, watch our video, and explore our blog to learn about fractal consensus processes, fractal governance, fractal democracy, respect games, and how these can all help your community or an organization thrive. We have a vision that all communities and organizations have the tools and methods for the best possible collective decision making, and we're working to do this by implementing fractal decision making processes throughout society. If you're not familiar with fractal decision-making processes, that's okay. Most of the world isn't yet, but that's what we're here to share and help people understand. So similar to how plants branch out in fractal patterns to maximize growth and resilience, they have leaves and branches and so forth. Fractal decision-making processes help communities coordinate effectively at any scale by breaking up large groups into smaller interactive groups, similar to how tree branches into smaller limbs. And it also works just for small groups too. So we play these kinds of consensus games like the respect game that create an environment where every voice matters, decisions scale naturally, and collaboration really emerges as well as collective wisdom. So encourage you to explore our blog and join our events and so forth. Get involved, watch the videos to learn more about the wonderful world of fractal decision-making processes. You're welcome to play the respect game at our events and also um, to earn the respect token to participate in our governance systems, to become a delegate, and also network with talented builders or learn the best ways to empower your community and help create a better future for all. We've produced about 128 videos for Eden Fractal, as well as many others in the Fractal ecosystem, and we're supporting the development and pioneering the development of tools like the Optimistics Toolkit or open source software like the Optimistics Toolkit for playing the respect game and making decisions with respect. All this and more you can learn at edenfractal.com. Encourage you to check it out. Also watch the videos. We recently released our 120th episode, Consensus Cultivation for Governance Garden. We got some cool names. So here we played the respect game. We've been playing on base, and you can see more many more episodes from over the past months and years where we've been embarking on our second epoch and forming all of the progress that we've been making so far. All these are posted on the Eden Careers YouTube channel as well, along with timestamps and links and so forth to everybody's contributions where you can watch and enjoy the governance innovations. And I encourage you to like and subscribe and share the videos on the Eden Careers YouTube channel to help spread the word. There you can also find the videos from their sister community, Optimism Fractal, Eden Town Halls, Optimism Town Hall, and many other related shows that we've been building for the past and creating for the past few years. You're welcome to register for our events at lou.ma/optimistics, spelled with a Y, mystical. And we encourage you to invite friends. We love to meet new people. Some quick communities I'm going to share. So one I mentioned, our sister community, Optimism Fractal. So Optimism Fractal is hosting events on alternating Thursdays with Eden Fractal. We recently published the most recent video from Optimism Fractal 69. Optimism Fractal is heading to its 2-year anniversary, which we'll be celebrating on October 21st, I believe, October 23rd, one of those days. And we recently released a tech checking Ethereum journey episode, as well as Play for Protopia and stuff like that. You're welcome to join these events every Thursday, or every other Thursday rather, to experiment with fractal governance and contribute to and earn respect by contributing to the Ethereum and Optimism superchain ecosystem. And of course, you can watch the video along with timestamps to see what everybody's been up to here. Lots of really cool stuff going on. People who are following Eden Fractal closely are very familiar that we embarked on the Eden Fractal Epoch 2, a new era of collaborative decision making that we've been working on together for the past 4 or 5 months now. So you can check out more about this in the blog. Basically, we've been building on Base and Ethereum and playing the respect game with the new ORDAO software that Tadas has been developing over the past year and a half or so. And there's also been some other exciting changes that we've made or in the process of making to help Eden Fractal accomplish its mission of implementing fractal decision-making process throughout society. Check out base.org and ethereum.org to learn more about where we're building and why and all the great stuff in the ecosystem. And Eden.fraps.xyz is where we've been submitting the results of the respect games as well as electing delegates. Like we elected Zaal a delegate last week and taking care of the Eden Fractal on-chain account on base. In last week's Eden Town Hall, actually, we went over that in more detail. And also, I want to give a quick announcement too that the Eden Plus Fractal consensus process, our legislative consensus process, is now just about to be fully booted up. So this is a process that was created at Eden Fractal by Tadas about 2.5 years ago, and then we recently re-implemented it as part of our tripartite governance structure, implementing or practicing fractal democracy, where we elect councils and delegates each week, or each event rather. And so it's now about to be booted up with 4 councils. So that's a really cool thing that we can now make decisions as a community with this consensus process. And you can learn more about it at edenfractal.com/plus. Tadas recently shared the list of current delegates, which we're currently operating in a Google spreadsheet. So you can see here, and Tadas had put out a draft proposal to move Eden Town Hall to Thursdays at 16 UTC, which is before the respect game, as opposed to 18 UTC, which is currently is after the respect game, and have the Eden Plus Fractal Councils pass proposals during this hour. So stay tuned for the Eden Town Hall. You can see the councilors or delegates who have been elected so far. And you can also watch Eden Town Hall videos at edentownhall.com/videos. We talked about this proposal and also explored more about ORDAO with some great community members at the last Eden Town Hall video. And of course, you can find timestamps and so forth on the Eden Creators YouTube channel. On the Eden Fractal Telegram chat, t.me/Eden Fractal, Tadas shared a draft proposal, sharing a bit of the motivation for this and so forth. And it seems like there is some support for it, as well as a following procedure to basically make a proposal in the Telegram group while doing this. So yeah, stick around for the Eden Town Hall, in which you can also register for at Loot Up Mosh Optimistics. And after we play the respect game, then we'll discuss this proposal as well as have an open discussion about the fractal ecosystem. I know Zaal's also been doing some great stuff with the Zao Fractal, so maybe we'll hear some updates. I know he's been giving out respect to Eden Fractal and other communities too. So great to see Zaal back on the camera, chilling in the sky. So is Tadash chilling in the space. Loot Up Mosh Optimistics. Like I said, you can register for all these events here, and we hope to see you there. And then I think with that, I think that's the end of my presentation. But just real quick, for anybody who's not familiar, what we're going to do now is we're going to play the respect game, which is a wonderful game for community growth and community coordination. We play this game on chain, on Ethereum, on base every other week at Eden Fractal. And the way it works basically is, well, we each share contributions to our collective goal or mission, which in Eden Fractal's case is the mission and vision that I shared with prior. We'll each speak for maybe 4 or 5 minutes to share what we've done to help the ecosystem over the past couple of weeks, past couple of weeks since the last event, to help contribute to Eden Fractal's mission and vision. And then we'll work to reach consensus on ranking each of those contributions, most helpful, or second most helpful, third most helpful, so forth. And then we'll each receive respect if we can reach consensus on it by the end of the event. If we had more people, then we go into different breakout groups. But it looks like we have a pretty small group for today, so we'll just play with us here. I see Zaal wrote, unfortunately, we need 4 people to get a Zao Fractal submission in today, but hopefully next week we'll distribute again. All right, well, thank you for letting us know, Zaal. And you will see if anybody else joins. I know we had a couple people said they're going to try to join or they had things going on today. But anyway, we could play the respect game and we can give out Eden Fractal respect here today. So for anybody who's not familiar, check out the rules at optimistic.io/respect game or edenfractal.com/respect game. And yeah, so now we're going to get going. Everybody here is very well familiar to play, but yeah, feel free guys to share your screen or share any links or anything like that. Love to see what you're doing and love to share and support your work. But you guys are both pros in the fractal ecosystem. So with that, we're going to get started with embarking on growing our governance garden. And I'm excited to hear what you guys have been up to. So, Zal, Tadas, what do you guys like to go first in the respect game, or is there anything else you'd like to share in your mind before you go?
Okay, I can go.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so I've been experiencing some wrist pain over the last couple of weeks, so it's been slowing me down, but I still managed to get some things done. Uh, yeah, so I prepared the proposal to change the time uh, for Eden Town Hall and proposal passing hour for Eden Plus Fractal. As Dan mentioned, that we are planning to move it to an hour before respect game. Yeah, so I created this poll in Telegram, as well as like general description about the change, and yeah, and also proposed a procedure for the way we could pass these proposals using Telegram um, during the meeting. Then I had an interview with Harvesto. Yeah, this is part of his research initiative to research the consensus processes used in fractals. We also will express interest in deploying ORDAO for Treegens DAO. And so we had a meeting with me, him, and Dan, where he just basically started talking about it, and the next step, figured out the next steps. So I'm planning to prepare questions for him that I need to get answered to in order to deploy our DAO for Treegens. Yes, then we are still in communication with Zaal regarding fixes for Zao Fractal, for DAO deployment for Zao Fractal, and yeah, that brings me to our DAO development work I've been doing. So there are two parts. One is I fixed some vulnerabilities that actually Dan brought up to me, but also some of them were discovered by the GitHub dependency bot. Anyway, so I fixed them and I just deployed them on all the apps. So that happened on the main branch, and then on branch called Decimals, I've been developing what will be the next release for DAO, which I first plan to deploy for Zao Fractal. Yeah, so this week I mostly focused on fixing issues with proposal IDs and token IDs. This is related basically for Zao Fractal. We will need to burn some tokens that were already issued and to create some new proposals which fix the distribution. And I realized this will finally touch on one of the issues I discovered earlier regarding collisions of proposal IDs and token IDs. I probably not worth going into technical details, but yeah, I took the time to fix that, and after that it should be straightforward to add the new proposal types that we need for Zao Fractal. Yeah, and yeah, I think that's all. Zal, do you want to go next?
Sure. So I worked on a couple of things. I'm just gonna go quickly today. Let me see if I can share my screen. So one of the things I worked on this week was, this wasn't the right one, but last week I posted a, oh man, now I'm not able to find it. Here we go. So last week I posted a review of Farcaster and why the Zao and is creating the Zaal as a way to get content creators over to Farcaster from our community, and leveraging Farcaster for all of the really cool social benefits that it offers. I wrote a little bit of an article about that so people could learn a little bit more about what our goal is and what we're trying to do. And there's a lot of really cool things that I want to start tapping into over there on Farcaster. One of those things being mini apps. So while I'm still in the process of building some mini apps, there was, maybe I should have saved this. There was a solid one that I got working on a computer, but unfortunately I never got it completely working on mobile. So I wanted to show it, but I'm realizing now I didn't save the specific thing. So let me see if I can find it. Essentially, all it was a nice, simple producer quiz. I don't know if this is the right one or not, but we'll try it out. So it lets you share your vibe of what your music is like with 5 questions. So let's go with cinematic build up, experimental chaos, dance floor hits, infectious energy, keep them flowing. And then that gave you one of the 8 different producers that you were rooting for, and you could press share on Farcaster, and it would give you a nice little share DAO. And then you could also go back and do watch your producer in battle, and it would go over to the X post with all of the 8 different producer battles all in one. And so I'm trying to now leverage some of these pieces, something that I want to get more involved with. But yeah, this is one of the ones that didn't go to the right X page. But yeah, I'm excited to start playing around more with mini apps, and especially with Fractal mini apps, because I want to show off the Fractal leaderboard as a mini app and all the other cool things we're doing. So I'm just trying to learn a little bit more about how they work and just start churning out more to test and try out so that I can get better at it. But yeah, that's all from me. I'll kick it over to Dan.
All right, sounds great. Thanks, all. I suppose maybe if maybe because we have some extra time, I'll just ask you a quick question while it's on my mind too. Could you explain more? So it seems like a very interesting initiative that you're working on, but I don't totally understand. Does it use the is it use the Zao fractal respect token in some way, or like how does the fractal I suppose how do fractal decision making process play a role in what you were sharing there?
Yeah, it would mostly actually just be like showing off all of the stuff we've done so far to the Farcaster community, and then like a specific integration. I don't know exactly how we would get it, but maybe there's a world where the Farcaster wallet is the one that people use to hold their respect. And if that's the case, then people could potentially vote as well. But even if you don't have your Farcaster wallet as the one that is the one that holds the respect, you can connect it to your Farcaster wallet. So there might be a future where I can have a mini app that has the ORDAO implementation, and you don't even have to connect your wallet to go in and vote. It might just be a one-click, go vote yes or no on this proposal. You press one click on your social feed, it brings you, to your yes or no already logged into your account with your respect ready. So I think it's just like pieces that we can use to lower friction for people to like consistently use these processes.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing more details about that and working on that. I totally agree. Having the usage of respect tokens and ORDAO directly in Farcaster would be really useful and make polls much more democratic and meritocratic on Farcaster. Um, so great work and thanks for sharing. I actually got an invite to the base app over the past week, so I'm going to start getting on there using Farcaster in the back end and it'd be really cool. Also, Tadas, I hope that your rest is feeling better, or hope it gets better soon. And thanks for the great contributions, persevering through it. All right, I'll go ahead and share what I've been doing to contribute to Eden Fractal. And now, if you're not familiar with me, I'm Dan Singjoy. You can explore me and my work at dansingjoy.com, where you can learn about communities that I contribute to, like Eden Fractal, Optimism Fractal, and Optimistic Eden creators and teams that I've started and work on each week. So I hosted the Optimism Fractal event last week that I briefly mentioned before. We called it the Ethereum Journey Tech Checking. We had a great experience there. We had I had spoken with a new community member there, as well as Sebastian, who's been interested in getting involved with the Fractal ecosystem more and invited him to participate more, as well as Eric, who just joined. Welcome, Eric. And so yeah, it was a really cool experience and contributing to Fractal governance on the super chain with Optimism Fractal. Yeah, his name was Brian. He was doing some really cool stuff building, and he was quite interested in Fractal, so I gave him some information. I'd spoken with the DOS about the retro funding for Optimism this season, and we went back and forth with a few messages, and then I had shared a message asking about retro funding and how it can be available potentially to fund Fractal tools and software like ORDAO and stuff like that now. So that was a discussion I had working on raising funding for the Fractal ecosystem. Come back more to funding stuff soon. I also hosted the Eden Town Hall last week as well, where we discussed the different times as well as we did kind of a deep dive into the ORDAO software with Civil as well towards the end of it. So that was also a great episode. And of course, you can find the timestamps and so forth. So those were some of the events I hosted recently. I also responded to Timothy, aka Swarthy Hatter, but being an Eden Plus Fractal delegate, he had reached out to me about 10 days ago and he apologized for not joining the last event and asked some questions about how to participate and stuff like that. And I gave an update about the proposal that the DOS had made over here and encouraged him to join, as well as curated the discussion so he could see it. And then I had, right after that, I updated the Eden Plus Fractal article with some more information about delegate responsibilities and expectations and how to get started as a new delegate so that other delegates who have quite similar questions can refer to this page to learn more about what it's like to be a delegate and what we hope they would achieve as a community member. I also participated in this interview with Harvesto as well. So he's been doing a research project into fractal decision-making processes or fractal consensus processes. So I've been supporting his research throughout, and then we did a great hour-long interview that I think he's going to publish soon. Also done some preparation to try to make it like the best kind of interview that I could provide for him. And then afterwards, we spoke for like an hour or half hour, 45 minutes. We talked about funding opportunities of the Fractal ecosystem and different. I've also been talking with him about reaching out to other people so we can interview others in the Fractal ecosystem as well. And I shared the paragraph coins idea with him, or this new novel way of coining content as a potential way to raise funding for future development of fractal research, fractal related research. I also shared a message with to Das and Vlad about base batches. I've been doing research into different funding mechanisms, as I said, and funding opportunities. And so this is an opportunity on Base to build stuff and get funded. Also explored the Base Y incubator partnership that recently happened. And then since then, I've been talking with Vlad, who's the developer of the Respect.Games app, about building kind of a next generation app. So that's kind of in early stages, but we've been discussing it. And I've been sharing some interesting ideas for kind of, well, I don't want to give away too many details, but I think it'll be quite interesting if we wind up doing it. Oh, there's Will over there. I know Will said that he couldn't make it. That's kind of funny that just kind of popped up my window by accident. Um, Also, speaking of Will, actually, perfect transition. Will had reached out in the Eden Fractal Telegram group saying that he was interested in basically implementing fractal governance and respect games in the Tree Gens DAO community, which you can find at treegens.org. So I did a bit of research into this community. I'd been following it a little bit over the past months, but then I set up a Telegram group on Will's request and met with Will and Tadas about starting the implementation of fractal governance and respect games into Tree Gens. So I created the Telegram group and then followed up and then had a quick meeting with them too. I also created the Optimism Fractal Council proposal to register. I did that both this week and last week and put out a little message because we forgot to do it over the past couple weeks. So getting the Optimism Fractal legislative consensus process back on track. And then also Abraham had asked some questions about the Fractogram web app. So I gave him some updates about it as well as some bug reports from last week's event. And then also a developer in the ecosystem named Alex reached out about Optimism Fractal. So I just responded to him. And I've been talk with the rest of me a lot about creativity as well as potential collaborations with churches too. So we recorded some audio notes this week about that too. And then I suppose maybe lastly, I've been doing a lot of research into Notion and Notion AI. I think could be a really helpful tool for fractal ecosystem, and they came out with some really cool stuff. So my slides are a bit disordered here, but yeah, I've been watching some videos about Notion and learning about all the new features. And I built a little AI agent, and I created a quick AI Eden pathways guide, funding pathways guide. It's not that great of a guide yet, but it's a first start for using Notion AI. It's pretty incredible. It can make things really fast. You can make like a team of agents. So, and lastly, just I continue to do research into Ethereum, reading Vitalik's blog and stuff like that I'm doing each week. Oops. So that's it for me. And I suppose now I'll pass it on to Eric. Welcome, Eric, if you're with us. Thanks for joining.
I am with you. I just had trouble. Uh, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah. So I just had trouble muting. I'm about to cross into Mexico, so I just wanted to check in and hope next week we can do a sample training for my research. I'm busy launching my research with my research partner, Startup San Diego, during San Diego Startup Week, which today is in Mexico.
All right, very cool. Well, welcome to Mexico. I hope you enjoy it. And yeah, curious to hear more about the research project. I registered for that, and I'm curious to hear. I mean, one, just feel free to share any other contributions if you want. I don't know if you're driving, you're too busy to share contributions normal, but it's your turn if you'd like to share more contributions of what you've been up to in general with your research project or anything else you've been doing with related to fractals. And then I'm also curious what you meant by doing it next week. Like if you're gonna try to organize that for sometime next week, or if you want to do something at Eden Fractal, Eden Town Hall, or Optimism or something like that. But
Yeah, if we want to use that time or pick another time, I just need to run through my training as if everybody is just guinea pigs and get your feedback.
okay, well, maybe I mean we won't have an Eden. I mean during the fractal events, we got to do the respect game. I don't know. I know you're doing something like the respect game for the research, so potentially we could do it there. But maybe the Eden Town Hall is a better forum for that. Or maybe just scheduling a different meeting might work out well because we don't have an Eden Town Hall next week. We could do an Optimism Town Hall, but I'm planning to schedule an Optimism Town Hall for the planning of the 2-year anniversary. So maybe we can combine them, but maybe that's something we can discuss. If you have any thoughts now, then feel free, or we can also discuss it offline too if you want.
Yeah, what I'm doing is just giving the training to explain to people how the process is going to go for the following week. So it's kind of like training for somebody that's never done a fractal engagement before.
Okay.
So
Well,
that's really all it is. It's just an hour less training to say, here's what you need to know to participate. That's
sounds
pretty
good.
much it. That's pretty much it. So it's just get on Zoom, share some slides, and do the thing.
All right. Well, I look forward to participating in that. And so keep us updated and let us know whenever we're going to organize it. You can share a message
We
to the
just,
Telegram group as well. And if
we
you want
just,
to go ahead.
yeah, we just need to say what time works. And do we
Hmm.
do it on this Zoom, or do I need to provide a separate Zoom? That's pretty
Well,
much it.
how much time do you think it would take to do that?
I don't know. I mean, I'm booking a half hour, an hour, but maybe it takes a half hour.
Okay.
I don't know. I have to try running through it first.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm not sure what's best. I mean, if you want, I'm thinking of organizing an Optimism Town Hall anyway, but I was planning to do some planning for the Optimism Fractal 2-year anniversary, but I don't know how much time we'll need for that. So we could potentially merge them if it'd be useful for you, or if you think it just makes sense to, I don't know, schedule it at some other time, then that works for me too. And I'd be happy
That's,
to. What's up?
yep, that sounds good. Just let me know what works, and we'll do it.
Okay, sounds good. Well, yeah, suppose let me know if you're interested, if you have a preference of doing it during the Optimism Town Hall next week. And yeah, maybe it's best if we follow up in the chat afterwards so we can just
Well, yeah, that would be great. But
okay.
that would be great. I love that. But again, it's whatever.
Okay, sounds good. Well, yeah, let's follow up about that, and I'll work on making a proposal that I think includes it as long as we have enough time. I just gotta think it over, I guess. And yeah, Eric, is there anything else you wanted to share for your contributions for Eden Fractal this week, or anything else on your mind that you want to share?
That's it. Mostly I've been so startup week goes like every day, all day this week. It's a different location every day. And so I've been working with the organizers who run Startup San Diego and Startup Week, and I've been talking to the volunteers, encouraging them to sign up when they get the invitation, which will go out next week. So mostly I've just been talking to people about what the research is and how it works and what they can expect from the benefits of participating and the benefits of the process.
Okay, cool. Well, sounds great. Thanks for your contributions. I'm excited about your research that you're doing, and thank you for sharing more details about what you've been up to as well.
Okay, thanks.
All right. I see. I think, Eric, if you had anything else to share, you still had a minute or so, but otherwise, Tadas just shared a link to the Telegram group where we can reach consensus. So if you're able to join the Telegram group, then please do so, as long as it's not. I know, Eric, if you're driving, I don't want to distract you from driving, but if for anybody who's able to, please join the Telegram group where we can reach consensus when you get a chance. And then if anybody had any questions or comments for anybody before we get started about your contributions and so forth, that'd be helpful for reaching consensus, then feel
Yeah,
free.
I'm gonna bounce off because I'm about to walk across the border.
Oh, okay. Sounds good.
All right.
Well,
Thanks.
enjoy your walk, Eric. Thanks for stopping in. All right. Well, I think we could still probably have Eric still in the consensus and still give him respect because he joined and he shared some great stuff he's been doing for contributions. And then me to Dawson Zaal can reach consensus. So, Zaal, whenever you get a chance, if you're able to, please join the Telegram group that Tadasha shared in the Zoom chat where we can reach consensus. Oh, and Eric is about to leave, and then Time is joining. So we got some people joining us. Some people joining in action a little later today. Welcome, Time. Thanks for joining. Hope you're doing well. Nancy the heart, much appreciated. We were just about to reach consensus, or well, no, we haven't reached consensus yet, but we each just shared our contributions for the respect game, and then yes, I see Time for anybody watching on YouTube. Time is putting out the confetti right now, which you can only see in Zoom. Thanks for the party atmosphere, and Zal's putting WW. I remember we talked about that too. Um, and so, yeah, we just shared our respecting contributions, and now Tosh has created a Telegram group where we can reach consensus. And I suppose we still have 18 minutes left until the top of the hour. So maybe it would be good if time, if you feel like sharing your contributions as well, even though you joined a bit late. I think it would be cool if maybe you want to share what you've been up to, anything related to um, fractal decision-making processes or collective decision-making. If you wanted to share what you've been up to and share your contributions. I see Zal saying, let's do it because then we can get a Zao Fractal submission in too. Yeah. Um, so Time, would you like to share what you've been up to?
All right. I haven't been doing much lately, just helping out in the hospital more or less lately. But setting up something for breast cancer awareness this month. Um, that's kind of like I guess the main thing I'm focused on right now. Oh, and LA Tech Week. Got things happening for LA Tech Week and San Francisco Tech Week. I got a group out there that's actually like uh curating a lot of the women and got like I guess 300 people in one of the group chats that they're in, and and so it's looking like it's going pretty well with that when it comes to like adoption of people, with more women involved in this in the space in general. Well, in San Francisco right now, from what I've been getting feedback from. So the main thing, is just getting more community involved and having more people, participating and even caring about, anything tech involved, because a lot of people is still on the fence when it comes to participating in anything involved with uh, using AI or any kind of technology in general. So it was just good to have that little bit of a confirmation from San Francisco this week. So and preparing for this next week for LA. Yeah. So that's the main thing that I personally done. Just basically help out at the hospital and then just help to curate this thing for breast cancer awareness and LA Tech Week.
All right, very cool. Well, thank you, Time, for sharing your contributions and also helping to support people's health. And also participate and support technology as well, and more generally. So, as well as coming to Eden Fractal here, that's a contribution in itself to the fractal ecosystem as well. You said all good, great to be here next time. You'll be here sooner next time. We appreciate it. We appreciate when you're able to make it, and uh, being there earlier is even better. But yeah, appreciate you making time and sharing what you've been up to and doing good things for people. So, is there anything else you feel like sharing? Then feel free. Maybe Tadas can share, or maybe I'll just share the link again. I was giving Tadas extra work for no reason. I had something in my clipboard, so I had something. I had a reason basically. What was even? Oh, that was the thing in my clipboard. It was my address. Sometimes you ever get that feeling when you don't know what's in your clipboard, but you know there's something there. You're like, there's something I'm holding here. I don't know what it is. So, okay, having some fun here. But anyway, Tom, I'm going to share the link. I'm going to do it. I'm going out above extra contribution. I might add sharing the link that Stas originally shared again, so Time can see it in the Zoom chat. So if Time, you could please join that Telegram group where we can reach consensus. Also, Zaal, a reminder. I saw Zoe writing in the he was writing in the Zoom chat, but I guess he overlooked Tadas's link to Fractogram Telegram app. So maybe that's an extra contribution for me. I'm getting extra competitive here with Tadas right now for this link, but I'm just joking. Zal, if you could please also join that Telegram group when you get a chance, and then enter in your. No, it says you're not in for me. Oh, maybe you are in, but you haven't yet put in your Ethereum address or your base account. So good call and thank you. Um, and thanks to Das for in all fairness, Das originally shared the link and he created the group, so maybe you should give him more respect for that. But anyway, Time, if there's anything else you wanted to share, then feel free. I think you went pretty quick. And thanks all for your patience with me as I have some fun here. Oh, and Tadasha shared contributions. Yeah, I guess it's a little bit difficult because Time and Eric both joined late, and so you didn't see the contributions from us. So it'd be fairly difficult for you to rank our contributions since you haven't seen them. So Tadas just helped out by sharing his contributions there. And then I don't know, I guess maybe me and Zal could briefly summarize our contributions again, or maybe it makes sense for us just to go ahead and maybe me and Tadas and Zal do the ranking because we're the only people who heard everything. Do you guys have any thoughts about that? And also, timed, if you could please make sure that you do the response to the message specifically, because otherwise the bot won't work. I see you said no message. Oh, maybe to Das, if you could please share that, please enter your base account prompt as a reply to this message again, then yeah. Okay. Thank you for that. So, Time, if you could please do a response to there. And then, yeah, I guess we'll just add Eric's address in there. I can get Eric's address from a different event. Right. Fine. Oh, I'm just going to put in Eric's address here too. I also actually have a question that might help us reaching consensus. to Zaal if you're able to speak. I'm curious because I don't think that you mentioned the Zao Fractal, but how's Zao Fractal events going? How are Zao Fractal events going lately?
Yeah, it's going well. I'm just working. Oh yeah, I should probably share that. I'm working with Tadas on finalizing a couple just like final pushes to like really get ORDAO succinct for us and working. There's just like small extra extraneous like customizations that I've made to our fractal process that I think Tadas is now dealing with that aren't just like straight ORDAO to Optimism Fractal and thinking about how ORDAO will be able to be formatted for other organizations. So I'm excited to just like help in supporting that. I'm excited to bring my community on board with that. And now that like a little bit more of that stuff is on chain, I'm actually excited to like start doing fractal tutorials. Because from our side, we can definitely start providing some content creation for the whole fractal ecosystem. So I'm excited to like bring that from our side as well. But no, it's going really well. I'm just like trying to continue to keep everything properly documented as we transition to ORDAO. And then I'm excited for like the leverage of like using ORDAO, not having to like keep everything manually and be able to be like, okay, this is all automatically done on chain. So yeah,
All right, sounds good. Well, thanks for the updates, all, and yeah, really excited about the implementation of ORDAO with Zao Fractal. I have other questions I could ask, but maybe I'll restrain myself from asking now. But appreciate you sharing, and yeah, Toss put out the poll for who should be ranked as level 6. So for anybody who hasn't voted yet, so I still don't know. Should we, in general, like, does it make sense for Time to vote right now? Because Time didn't hear our contributions other than seeing Tadas's contributions, or should we just kind of like basically have it where me and Tadas and Zal are deciding, or should we try to briefly summarize our contributions for Time?
I think maybe if we all agree to someone, Time can finish the fourth vote to get us to 4 out of 5. But I think technically he does need to vote for us to reach consensus on all 5 people, right? So I'd say he should do it based on that, even though maybe he doesn't have all the context. But maybe it would be wise for him to wait to see what the general voting is before doing it. I don't know if that's a way that we do things as well. But that's how I kind of like to do it because like trying to get everyone involved so that our share
Sounds good.
I'm
Thanks,
more.
all. Yep, thanks to us. Yeah, sounds good. I see Time Dots right. Y'all decide, and he said K. So sounds good. I suppose we'll vote. So right now we have 2 votes for Tadas and 1 vote for Zal. So I suppose we could basically just say that's consensus then, because I think Time is up
I
for what?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah, I switched vote, so we have consensus.
Okay, sounds good.
I'm voting for Zaal next because I'm interested to see in I see potential in that experimentation with Farcaster mini apps for fractals and also uh like he, I mean I see him doing a lot of work with Zao Fractal and with helping ORDAO develop actually with another use case.
All right, sounds good. I'm happy to vote for Zal as well. I agree that Zal is doing some really cool stuff with everything he's doing for the Fractal ecosystem. So it looks like we have consensus for Zal. And it looks like we have consensus for me at level 4. Thanks all for the respect.
Hey, of the 6 people from last week, perchance. I don't think I'm actually in that group chat, and I had to leave early. So I was wondering if you might be able to send me the list of 6 from last week, because I believe I was the seventh and I dropped out.
The list of people who receive respect from Optimism Fractal you're talking about?
Correct. Yeah, Optimism Fractal for last week. If you wouldn't mind sending me that order, or I Optimism Fractal is on ORDAO too, right? So I can technically look there.
Yeah, that's right. That's actually where I
Okay,
was
let me
going.
take a look, and if I can't find it, I'll let you
Okay. Do you say you got to go now, by the way, or you got to go soon, or?
know. Sorry, I was saying for last week.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Sounds good. All right, because we looks like we've reached consensus on Eric at level 3, which means that well, actually Zal hasn't yet voted. So Zal, if you want to submit your vote for level 3 too, I think that we have consensus though, because Tyne also voted for Eric. So um, that sounds good. I do, by the way, I'll go ahead and share up the exact proposal, and Tadas already shared the Fraps proposal in the Telegram, or Tasha the of.fraps.xyz website, and I shared the exact proposal for you. There's all where I believe you could find the thing you're looking for. And so I think we have consensus then on level 3. We have, yep, we have complete consensus. You're welcome, Zao. And then that means that time will be level 2. And the other thing that we need to do now is elect a delegate. So with the rules of Eden Plus Fractal, we now elect a delegate to help lead the community and to serve on the council, to serve on a council at every breakout room or every respect game after reaching consensus on the rankings. So, who would like to be a delegate for this week? Or for this, who would like to be elected as a delegate to serve on the council in this event? I'm going to encourage Tadas to be a delegate on the council.
Okay, I can be a delegate.
Woohoo! We finally, I think I tried electing Tadas a delegate the past 3 events, and he kept saying no, 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 no. He was playing hard to get. But now Tadas actually came up with a proposal, so now he's got a coordinated response. So Tadas, congratulations on being a delegate. Looking forward to serving with you. And we have successfully reached consensus on playing the respect game. On not only reaching consensus on playing the respect game, but actually in the reach consensus in the respect game as well. I'm having too much fun here with words. Thank you all for your patience, and let me know if it ever gets too silly. But anyway, waiting for Tadas to share the message where it'll have a link to distribute respect. No, it won't have a link to distribute respect. I'm just saying the wrong words. It'll have a link to submit consensus on chain using the ORDAO app, which will create a proposal, which will distribute respect if it's approved. So once Tadas shares that, I think he's just manually entering Eric's address, which takes him a moment because Eric had to leave. Then I encourage everybody to click that link in the chat, in the Telegram chat, the Fractogram chat, and then submit that proposal on chain to help signal your consensus on chain, or signal your, I suppose, agreement with the consensus on chain. So Tadas just shared it here. I don't know if this is the final link or if you need to update
Yeah,
it.
I updated it.
Okay, cool. Thank you. So yeah, everybody can now log in there and submit that on chain, and then we'll also follow up with a proposal. I don't know if Tadas you want to do that, or if you want, I could do it too. But we're going to make a proposal manually to using the custom signal proposal function on the ORDAO app to elect Tadas as a delegate, so that we have on-chain record that Tadas was elected a delegate by the group. And by the way, it seems like unanimous consensus on Tadas. Zaal didn't vote, but I think that's all would probably be in favor of Tadas as well. And I think he was just probably away from the screen. And
Yes,
then,
creating a proposal for a delegate.
okay, sounds good. Thanks all for playing. It was a great game, and much respect to y'all. And in a couple minutes, we'll get started with the town hall. And there we'll have time for an open discussion about fractal ecosystem, as well as we'll review Tadas's draft proposal. And actually, we could now approve it, I believe, because we have 3 delegates on the call. Tadas is the newly elected delegate. I was elected delegate 3 events ago or 4 events ago. And Zaal was elected delegate, I think, at the last event. So that means that according to the rules of the Eden Plus Fractal consensus process, we should be able to approve that proposal, or at least discuss it and approve it if we'd like to do so. So stay tuned for that. If anybody has any last comments before we wrap up the respect game and head to the Eden Town Hall, then feel free to share. And I also encourage everybody once again to submit those transactions on chain as well, which I'm going to do myself. All right. Well, I think this DAOs is still working on that proposal. At some point, we're going to build an app. I think that's the plan, that automates this proposal process as well. Maybe I'll go ahead and share my screen here too, so everybody can see it. And then we'll wrap up the Eden Fractal event formally. And then in the same Zoom room, we'll stick around and start up the Eden Town Hall event. So anybody who's watching on YouTube will be able to just switch videos and watch the preceding discussion there.
I created the delegate signal proposal. Shared it in both chats.
All right. Sounds good. Thank you to Das for sharing that in both chat. Oh, you mean in the Telegram chat as well. Okay. Great. I was planning to share my screen and show the proposals and so forth, just for anybody watching who's curious, but for some reason I'm having an issue with the app where it is freezing and I had to exit page. And then when I try to refresh it, it's not refreshing. So looks like there's some sort of bug happening or something like that. I don't know, but it's probably not a big deal and it'll probably resolve pretty soon, I think. But anyway, maybe I'll just skip that and then I'll follow up and do that proposal on chain later. Once again, if anybody has any last thoughts before we wrap up the respect game, then feel free. But otherwise, I think we're ready to head into Eden Town Hall. So thank you, Time and Zal and to Das for all the great contributions. Thanks to Eric and thanks everybody for watching. We hope to see you at the Eden Fractal event coming up next in 2 weeks from now on October 23rd, I believe it is, as well as the upcoming Optimism Fractal event on the 16th of October. We'll be celebrating our 2-year anniversary soon, and we'll be continuing Eden Fractal Epoch 2, as well as the Eden Town Hall every week, every Thursday at 17 UTC, expanding the fractal ecosystem. So thanks once again for being here with us, and encourage you to check out edenfractal.com to learn more about Eden Fractal. Tell your friends, tell your family, help spread fractal decision-making process throughout society. It's going to be good for everybody. And register for the Optimistics calendar, events calendar at lou.optimistics to stay up to date with all of the events and check out the videos and so forth that I showed before. Thanks all, and see you next time. If you guys would join me, we'll do a quick Go Eden Fractal, and then we'll head into the Eden Town Hall right afterwards. So if Tadas is all timed, if you're available, I'll count down 3, 2, 1, and go Eden Fractal! All right, thanks all, and see you next time, and we'll catch you on the YouTube channel on the Eden Town Hall.